Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, student. Hello, nice to meet you again today. Let's begin our study today. It's about expressing, introducing oneself, and being introduced. Well, for the first, we have to find out introducing oneself. It is an expressing used when introducing someone else to the others. No, let's find out for being introduced. Being introduced is an expressing used when introducing someone else to the others. So you can use this conversation, this expressing in your conversation. Okay, before we going to use that expressing in dialogue, we have to find out the social function or maybe the purpose of that expressing. Okay, let's find out. After we have already find out the definition of its expressing, so we have to find out the social function of introducing and being introduced. What is the social function of both of that expressing is to introduce oneself to the others in the first meeting. This is for introducing oneself, and to introduce someone else to the others is the purpose or the social function of being introduced. Well, in generic structure, before we going to use for introducing oneself and being introduced expressing in one conversation, we have to find out what is the generic structure that you can use in your conversation. Okay, let's find out. For the first one, you have to use opening in your dialogue, in your conversation. The opening, you can use greeting. Greeting, you can choose which one is the best greeting that you can use in conversation, like good morning, how are you, how do you do. Okay, you can choose the best for you. And after that, you go or you come to the expressing something sometime some kind like that your main idea in your conversation. Which one, if you want to introducing yourself or maybe introduce someone else. Expressing for introducing ourselves, some like hello, my name is Kayla. Hi, I am Akbar. What is your name? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Zalfa. You can choose which one is the best for you in introducing yourself in your conversation. And the other is for being introduced. But before I'm forget that there is a responsive that you can use for this one for expressing introducing oneself. Responsive, maybe you can say hello, my name is Kayla. Hi Kayla, my name is something like that. That the responses for the introducing ourselves or yourself. And now we come to expressing for being introduced. You can choose like I'd like to introduce Stefana, Mr. Rizky. This is Eric. I'd like you to meet Kayla. Let me introduce my best friend. She is Naila. You can choose this expressing to your conversation, which one is suitable for you. And for each this expressing, there is a response for that. Some kind like Mr. Rizky, this is Eric. Hello, Eric. Nice to meet you. Hello, Mr. Rizky. Nice to meet you too. Like that for the responses. Okay, after you make that kind of expressing or use that kind of expressing in your conversation, you come to the closing. You don't have to close your conversation, just walk away, don't say anything. So you have to say something for your partner in conversation, some kind like farewell or maybe leave taking you can use for acting. Well, I must or should go. I'm sorry, but I have to go now. See you later. Nice to meet you. Something like that. You can choose the best for you in your conversation. Okay, that's the structure for you. From this conversation, from this expressing, we can find out another material that you have to understand. You have to understand about the pronoun, you have to understand about the possessive pronoun, and you have to you will understand about the simple present too, because in this using of expressing, there is a language feature that you will find out in one conversation. For pronoun, you can you can see from that slide, there is I, you, we, they, he, she, it, and possessive pronoun. My, this is you can use this possessive pronoun following by the noun, my book, something like your friend, something like that. And for simple present is a sentence that used in your conversation. For simple present, we know that there are two kind of sentence: for nominal sentence and verb sentence. For nominal sentence, there is subject plus to be and plus object. Verbal is plus subject plus verb 1 and verb 1 added by s or es and object. For each of these kind of sentence, you have to make into other type for positive, negative, and interrogative. Okay, let's begin. We find out about the example of dialogue for using, expressing, introducing oneself, and being introduced.